Pregnancy and supplements. For me, it goes a little bit beyond just the prenatal. And in this video, I'll show you what I'm taking and why I take it. Well, first let me start by saying that I take most of these supplements even when I'm not pregnant. So know if you're not pregnant out there that there's still some valuable content in this video. So let's begin. I'm going to start with the ones I take every single day and then kind of work from there. So the first is my prenatal. Yes, this is the one thing I do take when I'm pregnant and I don't take when I'm not. And right now I'm taking Baby and Me. It's by Megafood. Now this is a food-based prenatal, and I like their herb-free formulation. They also have one with some herbs, but I just prefer to be more conservative with herbs because if you think about it, that's actually where medicine is derived from. A lot of medicines are derived from. So they can be really strong, and I just don't want to deal with any kind of adverse consequences. So this is actually what I took with Griffin, and I really like it because it's high in folate, and it's a natural food-based form of folate. It also is high in iodine, which I think is really important for pregnant mamas. And it also has a really good copper to zinc ratio because a lot of us are actually copper dominant. And so you want to be sure it has a lot of good zinc in there because it's really important for baby and for mama. So I like this one. I also, during this pregnancy, have taken Vitamin Code Raw Prenatal. And I actually really like that one as well. I might kind of rotate back and forth. It has some additional probiotics and digestive enzymes in it, which is really nice. And the thing I like about that one is I can just take 3 capsules a day, 1 with each meal, which is really easy, and they're kind of small. These, I have to be honest, are a little bit bigger, and you have to take 4 a day. But either way, I would definitely recommend a food-based supplement. It's just a lot easier on your belly and your stomach and your digestive system, and you're going to help absorb those vitamins even more. Now, I'll have links to all these things down in the video description below, so just be aware of that. Then when I was pregnant, actually I started taking this a couple months before I got pregnant, and this is a BComplex. This was recommended by my midwife. And this one's by Garden of Life. It's another Vitamin Code brand supplement. And it just has a cross spectrum of all your vitamin Bs, and she really wanted me to do that, again, for the folic acid and all that sort of thing. So I've been taking that. I haven't noticed any adverse effects or any real difference, to be completely honest. I just kind of did it for like a security blanket. I didn't get jumpy on them at all. So yeah, I'm actually just finishing the bottle just because I have a little bit left, but then I'm probably not going to take it for the rest of my pregnancy because I don't really need it because there's B vitamins in my prenatal. I also, for my first trimester, have been taking B6, and this has actually really helped me with my nausea. I take 150 milligrams at each meal. This is actually recommended by my midwife as well. And it's kind of almost subtle because I noticed if I didn't take it, I wouldn't notice for a couple of days. But then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel like more queasy. What's going on? And as soon as I started taking this, it went away. So I'll stop taking this here soon because I'm out of the first trimester. I don't really need it anymore. But just something to keep in mind for any of those moms in the first trimester that are struggling with morning sickness. The next daily supplement I take is fermented cod liver oil. Now, to be completely honest, I would take this over my prenatal. This is super important for me. It's got fat solubles, vitamin A and D in it, which are really important for mama and for baby. Everything from brain and eye development to bone structure. It's also vitamin A and D. It's harder to get in our modern day diet because we don't eat liver as much and, you know, pastured butter and those sorts of things. So this is really awesome. It's also a great source of omega-3s and EPA and DHA and that sort of thing. I actually don't recommend just pure fish oil because it can become rancid very easily because polyunsaturated fats, which is what fish oil is made out of, are very prone to oxidation. So the thing that's nice about cod liver oil is because it has those vitamins A and D, it really stabilizes it. Yeah, so I take that every single day. I have to be honest, it was hard for a couple weeks there because the taste is really, really intense. The fermented variety is very, very intense. In fact, some people like break out in hives with it. If you have any kind of reaction to histamines, you probably would do better with just plain cod liver oil. And there's only a couple really good cod liver oils on the market, and I'll put all of them in the link in the video description below. But highly recommend that for moms, whether you're nursing or pregnant, or even if you're not pregnant. The other thing I kind of add in here or there is this high vitamin butter oil. You either could take this or you can take a vitamin K, which I've done a whole video on vitamin K2, but both of these kind of serve the same purpose. They're giving you another fat soluble vitamin, which is that K2. And what K2 does is to put calcium in your body where it should, which is in the bones and the teeth, and it takes it out of places where it shouldn't be, which is like the arteries and that sort of thing. It's really great for babies as they're developing their bone structure, their teeth, their facial structure. But I don't take it every single day. K2 can have some influences in terms of blood clotting as well as blood thinning. So I just think with everything going on with pregnancy, you don't want to get too much into that, but I do think it's important to include it. So I do it a couple times a week, and I notice that my skin is like butter when I take it. It's so soft. I don't get the dry skin, I don't get the dry heels, so I really like it. And just so you know, Green Pastures, the same brand that makes that fermented cod liver oil, actually creates a blend that has the butter and the cod liver oil together. I actually took this before I got pregnant. Once I did, I stopped because I'd have to consume so much of it. I just was like, yuck, it just didn't taste good, so I just do the straight up oil. But good to know. And I also find if I ever get tooth sensitivity, which can happen a lot when you're pregnant, if I take that butter oil for a couple of days or the vitamin K, it seriously goes away. It's awesome. Okay, so moving on to more digestional health. That's part of some of the reasons why we get that morning sickness is because our digestion slows down. Progesterone slows everything down, so like our whole gut system is just on slow motion. So what I do to help that out is take some enzymes. I think every single human being on this planet could probably benefit from taking an enzyme. So these are, again, from Garden of Life, the raw enzymes. Really like them. I notice a difference. I just feel like things move smoother, my stomach never hurts, my gut doesn't hurt, love them. And the thing that's great about it is I only have to take one per meal. I also experimented a little bit with taking HCl, which is hydrochloric acid, which is something our body normally creates. And it just helps give it a little boost, but I find actually that this worked better for me. The next supplement I take is a probiotic. Yeah, I kind of go through phases with this. Like I used to take it every single day. This is way before I was pregnant. Really got into it, and then I stopped for a while, and I kind of go back and forth. I also like to experiment with lots of different brands just to kind of shake it up and expose myself to lots of different strains. You don't want to be having the same ones all the time. So this one I got is from Natron. It's called the Healthy Trinity. It got really good reviews. It has bifidobacterium, which is really good because that's in our small intestine, and a lot of these just more focus on acidophilus, which is the large intestine. So I'm excited to try this. I'm just going to finish it out. I take about 2 of these a day. Some days I don't take it because I forget or whatever, but I like to include that. And the last supplement I take, and this one I take daily, is magnesium. This is awesome. Really helps. Remember I told you how things slow down in the bowel area? Well, this really helps keep it up. And a lot of doctors say that like most Americans, it's like 95% of Americans are deficient in this because of the way our soils are so depleted, and that affects the nutrients of our plants and our crops and stuff like that. So I take about 500 milligrams. I kind of vary it depending on how my bowels react. I mean, that's the great thing about magnesium. You can kind of adjust your dosage as you kind of watch your body. So magnesium citrate is what I take. This is from Pure Encapsulations. I really like this brand because they don't add any fillers or anything like that, just really pure. Now, it's not food-based, but I'm okay with that with magnesium. I feel like that's okay. The other thing I take kind of in tandem with that is this Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil. And I shouldn't say take this because you actually put this on your skin. So I do it at night, and I just squirt like the inside of my arms, put it on my belly, just areas of skin that are very soft. And then you kind of rub it in, and it just like absorbs into your skin. Now, they actually say to take a shower to take it off, but I just let it stay in my skin. And like I shower in the morning, so it's fine. But it does sometimes, if you use it after a while, start to like tingle and like kind of itch your skin a little bit. So what you can do is add a little bit of water to it, and it kind of takes away that sensitivity. Just cut it a little bit with water. So there you have it, mamas. All the supplements I'm taking right now on Preggers. Would love to hear from you guys. What are you taking? Why are you taking it? How does it help you? Share with us in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in.